This is Lord of Mafia, guys, aka Rogan Azran, back at you with another video. And in today's video, I want to talk about why men who self-improve still get rejected. I want to shout out Heme Car Channel for this video, man. Thank you for the topic. Shouts out to you, dude. And I know in the comment you said you wanted me to talk about handsome, decent looking brothers who level themselves up mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, who still get rejected. But I think decent looking men as a whole, unattractive, it's in the same bracket when we're talking about the Western world, because basically all men are in the same bracket nowadays, especially if you're not a top tier man. So you'll understand where I'm coming from. But shouts out to you guys, and let's get into this video topic. The thing that we have to understand with men who still try to level up and do all these great things, they start changing their mindset. They start hitting the gym, thinking more positively, thinking that they're going to get an outcome. These are the very men that you see that are still struggling in dating because they don't have natural attraction. Meaning, you guys have to understand, women have a here and now mindset. If you're not what the woman has always wanted before at a young age, if you're not the hot course in your youth throughout your teens, your early 20s, up until I would say, like 27s, right? If you're not the hot course, between those age bracket years, then you will never be what the woman truly desires. Because women have a here and now mindset. They don't want to wait for the guy that has to self improve and get his stuff together. That's then and later. Women don't have a then and later mindset. They want here and now. Because the guy that's hot right now, the guy that's the main dinner course for all the other women that are looking at him, they're going to gravitate towards that because that shows that he has more social value than the guy who has to work on himself. So basically, in today's society as well, hard work does not mean anything for a man. Self improvement does not mean anything because it is unnatural in today's society. And even unconsciously, as human beings, not just women, right? Men as well, we've been programmed to just want to go after things that are easy, especially women, right? So if we've been programmed into society to where you can order things from the drop of a hat and have someone bring groceries to you, have people bring, DoorDash to you, order clothes online. You don't have to go out and socialize with others. Everything gets a self gratification, just module added to your life. What makes you think that women who are emotional creatures, right, aren't going to get sucked into this and this isn't going to spew over into their dating life? You see, this is how society has all of us so dampered down to where we don't see these type of unconscious activities going on. So that's why you see women have the mindset of, I want the man that's hot here and now. I don't want the guy that's self-improving then and later because he's too late. Because why would she wait for you when that main hot plate dish of a man is right there and all the other women are wanting it as well? So he's flashy, he's shiny, the Chad Tyrone Chang guy. The women are gonna go after that. I mean, so many men try to just make this more complex than what it is when it's rather simple. If you don't have the necessary looks, and we can also add on as well, if you don't have the money, the status, then women aren't going to be checking for you like that. Better yet, I would say looks is to attract, money and status is to keep when it comes to especially the dynamics of dating in the Western world. Because this is literally how dating is nowadays. This is why self improvement is totally useless for men in general that are decent looking, unattractive. It's useless nowadays when it comes to the dating market because it's not going to get you anywhere because these women already have a high set of attractive men to pick from. And if this wasn't the truth, then you wouldn't see a lot of women that are average, right? That aren't dating average men. So why do you think whenever a dating market gets to this type of just inflated standard to where women can just do as they please in the dating market, They can choose the hottest guys that they want. Whenever a dating market gets like that, this is when men have to learn how to detach themselves from what they want physically, biologically, and some people will make the argument, okay, men are going to want companionship, we're human beings. And yes, by all right, that is correct. But my thing is, what happens when the things that you want naturally becomes a hazard to you? Think about it. That's like, I could use the analogy right now. Let's say you have a favorite piece of pie that you love to eat, whether that's cheesecake, chocolate cake, vanilla, or whatever, and it's sitting in the restaurant, and now the chef tells you, hey, don't eat that piece of cheesecake pie right there. It's poison. And you see the green goo on there. He's pointing at it. He's telling you, hey, don't eat that. That's poison. But he's telling you, yeah, that's your favorite type of cheesecake, but it's poison. So are you going to eat that cheesecake, or are you going to leave out the restaurant and detach yourself from that and learn to resist your urges? You see? And this is where it comes in for men to learn how to conquer their carnal desires and resist the lust, because a lot of men are poisoning themselves to keep wanting something that they're never going to really obtain. And even when you obtain it, it's going to be worse than the whole poison cheesecake analogy that I used. You're going to have something that is just torn up. And we could use another analogy. You're going to have a trophy that is all bent in and broken. You're going to have something that is just shattered. You can't put the pieces back on there. When you try to stand the trophy up on the collection table, it doesn't shine correctly. And this is in reference and symbolic to the relationship that could possibly happen if a woman settles for an average guy. You see, this is when women settle for an average guy, is when they become the same type of broken women from the relationships they've had in the past, to where they become the very broken trophy analogy that I'm using. So that's literally what you're trying to sit up, on your vase, on your stand, is something that is broken and can't be fixed. That is the case with, you know, so many relationships nowadays, especially in the Western world. And this is why self-improvement cannot work for men, because there are too many things and odds against you as a man. You are expected to be emotionless. You're expected not to complain when a woman is disrespecting you a certain way. You're expected not to complain when your family members are trashing you for not being enough. So everything is literally against you as a man. And another thing as well, you're expected to make six figures as a man in today's society that is so unrealistic, to where it can't even be a comedy. A man making six figures is one of the rarest things ever, and yet you have women asking for this stuff in high demand because of why? The reasons that I just mentioned a few moments ago. These men that are very attractive, these Chad-like guys, these Tyrone-ish type guys, they have this type of money because they're usually celebrities. They usually become like these little model guys. They can get online, live stream, have a whole host of just women throwing themselves at them. And leaves the average guy by himself, stranded. He's lost. He has no type of compass to love ever. And that's the thing. Love is an empty compass that a man pursues, because his heart hasn't truly accepted that he's never going to have that, especially if he's a just normal, decent, or just unattractive guy overall. And one of the most just saddest and just darkest things is, even being in this type of BP, doomer space, I've seen a few men, a lot of men in this community. I've seen a few of you, you look totally normal, like an everyday guy like myself. But the problem is, the dating market that you live in has made you just have this warped mind of, to where you think that you're just so just undesirably hideous, because of how women treat you and tell you that you're like this, when in reality, you're just totally normal looking. The problem is that women's standards have been too raised up to the roof, to where this is starting to negatively affect everyday men who actually want a decent relationship. You see, this is why self-improvement is just it's become totally useless for men to try and date nowadays, because even if you do manage to get a girl and you start having women trying to act like they're giving you attention and go out on dates with you, you're not going to get a high quality woman. You're going to get a woman who is going to be problematic. She's not going to respect you. She's not going to be able to love you the same, because she's had so many other men come before you to where these men have been with her. They know how being in a relationship with her is. They know how her body is. They know how being intimate. They know how her thoughts are. All of her secrets that she's revealed to them, they know just exactly how this girl is. So what makes you think your little magical self-improvement, when you come along after being, alone for so many years in your 20s, right up until your early mid 30s, you come along and a girl seems like she wants to settle with you. What makes you think she's going to stay loyal to you and respect you as a man, when any women couldn't respect you in the first place to date you and actually give you a chance while you were in your youth? These are things that you really need to start facing, man. I mean, this dating market is just, it's atrocious, and this video explains to you why self-improvement is just, it's totally useless regardless if you're a decent looking man, unattractive, especially in the Western world. It's just, it's done for, because women already have been just too far damaged. They're too far gone emotionally. Our women in today's society have been hurt a lot by the very men that they have chose to date, because they are too flashy minded. Like, women are too much into flashy men that are just so attractive and just beautiful looking to them. But this is where the fault comes in with society as well, programming, girls at a young age and men to behave in certain mannerisms that are unhealthy to our dating lifestyles. So this has been the video on just why self-improvement is just useless for men. And guys, you just have to remember that all of the things in society are literally a reflection of the collective. I mean, if you're going through this now, then 9 times out of 10, you're going to continue going through this down the road. And like I said, even if a girl comes into your life at some point, even if you manage to get a chance with a girl, it is almost guaranteed, it's certain that it's not going to work out, because relationships in today's society are not meant to last. They don't have a natural nuclear family setting to it. They don't have any type of morals, traditions that are in a healthy manner to where it can actually sustain a relationship in this type of modern society we live in between men and women. So things are pretty much just cooked, man. It's over, man. So I hope you guys take care. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe if you're new. Tell me what else you guys want me to elaborate on in the comment sections. I would appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next video. And like I always tell you guys, stay away from the modern woman. Thank you.